She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses and her boyfriend too. Oh, and I'm free. Free falling. Hey, what's going on? Free falling into a Christmas Eve edition of the hardest part of the ring. What's the name of this thing? There we go. We're talking about NXT, you crazy cats, on December 24th, 2020. Special shout out and a happy birthday to my former tag partner, Rotten Ronnie Thrash. They don't call him Rotten for nothing. And feel bad for everyone who has a birthday around the holidays. People tend to forget. But if it makes you feel any better, this year we forgot every holiday, so the hell with it all. It's the hardest part of the ring, you crazy cats, frothing at the mouth, chomping at the bit, drool dribbling down your chin, stacked on one another like hermit crabs crawling out of a bucket. You're goddamn champions. Okie dokie. My name is Bob. I thank you for joining me once again. We're talking about the Wednesday, December 23rd edition of NXT, the WWE Network. No, wait a minute. No, it's not on network. It's on Hulu. What the hell? What the hell? What do I do every week? Okay, it's on Hulu with limited commercial interruption. Hulu. It's TV in the palm of your hand. We opened the show with Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. Is that annoying yet? But we do. Danny Burch and Orny Loken are in a street fight. The announcer says it's a street fight. That's the only way I know it was a street fight. I don't remember last week, hearing that there would be a street fight this week. I'm grateful that the announcer said street fight and not holiday street fight. There's not going to be eggnog and cookies and cardboard boxes with wrapping paper on them and Christmas trees and tinsel and giant balls hanging off the tree, just huge balls smacking you in the face everywhere you go. So we're gonna have a street fight, and the current NXT Tag Team Champions are gonna defend these. I think it's for the championships. I guess it didn't matter. Drake Maverick and Killian Dane, one of those lovable, fun, oddball tag teams where one guy and the other guy are of different sizes and styles and personalities. Oh, I'm belchy today. I'm having my raspberry flavored Arizona iced tea. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Had some Oreos too. I like double stuff. Single stuff Oreos is just weak to me. I think we should just make double stuff the standard Oreo, and then we just kind of move on from there. What happens? Orny Loken took this ridiculous backdrop on top of a folding chair. It was in seated. I guess it wasn't folded. It was unfolded. It was in seated position. They did one of the things where they put two chairs in seating positions next to each other, which sort of creates a flat surface, not really, and it moves every time people move around the ring. And it's an old ECW thing, and I hated it then. And I was a teenager, and we were just bloodthirsty idiots, and I still hated it. Dreamer would always take those stupid bumps through those goddamn chairs. And so only take it. It's for nothing. They're not gonna replay it. No, he just popped the kidney so someone could go ooh ah for 3 seconds when they watch this thing. Didn't do a damn thing. The tag champs suffer without Pat McAfee. I hate to say that. I mean, I suffer with Pat McAfee when he's on TV, but they suffer without him. Stupid goddamn Pat McAfee. It hurt. It hurt the group. They did the thing where they set up the two tables next to each other because you're so mad at someone, you're going to stop while you're punching them to go into the ring to carefully set up furniture. And unfortunately, he had Killian Dane didn't really get any height. He just kind of bounced off the second table there, and it didn't break. And Wade Barrett tried to cover. Uh, didn't really look great. They brought up the old cricket back from War Games. I guess that's going to be their gimmick. It's their tennis racket to your cornet, if you will. Their large cell phone to your Paulie Dangerously, if you will. Their megaphone to your Jimmy Hart, if you will. Their salt to Mr. Fu. You understand. This match, because I give it 113 stars. Pete Dunne shows up at one point, and he jumps Roddy from behind just to get them out of the way, and to remind you, Pete Dunne's in the group and put him on TV, etc., etc. Nothing else here. I just had an asterisk here. No Pat, and it didn't really help him. But oh, good, we get the first of 90 of these segments today. The Way, the Garganos. I just started watching Mandalorian a couple of days ago. I treated myself to Disney Plus for this Christmas. I didn't realize it was only $7 a month. I just probably would have got it earlier, but I thought it was like some 12 or 15, some big thing a month. It turns out it's like $7. I'm like, oh, I could have just had this the whole time, huh? Um, and I know that the Mandalorian that's hip right now with the kids. You know, the kids, they got to be hip with the kids with the hula hoops and the moon pies. You give them a nickel, they have a root beer float, and they take Dad's Corvette up to Makeout Mountain and roller skate. I'm hip with the kids. Hip with the kids, Daddy O. And they say the way a lot, and the Mandalorian is hip, so that they say the way in Mandalorian, like this is the way. So I think that's what they're. So they're trying to be cool heels by talking about a cool thing everybody likes. But yeah, calling themselves that, I don't fucking know. They made a real random comment where because they have Austin Theory being extra dumb because you have to make Gargano look smart. Um, where Austin Theory accidentally says "No way, Jose," and then Gargano says you can't say that guy's name or whatever. I really don't care for it if since the dude's been laid off and I haven't heard they're bringing him back for anything. They're not bringing No Way Jose back for a feud with the Garganos. So yeah, I don't like bringing up people who are just fired just to goof on their name. He's fired. He had enough. Leave him alone. He's a charismatic guy too. Good athlete. He got a little fat towards the end, but I could imagine if he was bummed out. Um, there's two cameras in all these. Like there's the video camera that Gargano was using and in a red suit, and then there's another camera because you have to film him filming. So you keep showing him. I don't know. So they unwrap. Everyone gets a gift, and what's his face? Austin Theory gets whey like WHEY protein. He gets whey protein because they're the whey, and it's Gargano's special blend of whey protein. And a little tongue in cheek, how Austin says he's going to get big and strong, just like Johnny Gargano, when he is bigger than Johnny Gargano. Haha, waka waka. There's a Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly. They both have a huge package, and we go back and forth between looking at Finn's package and Kyle's package. And each guy seems really impressed with the other guy, and seems impressed with the other guy's package as well. So we checked out both their packages for a while. Then the Undisputed Era is talking to a blonde lady, and the Velveteen Dream shows up. He still works there. I really didn't know he still worked there. I thought they laid him off or something. But anyway, he's talking, and Cole just slaps him right in the face, and I thought that was great. Fuck you. It's a slap in the face. Then, boy, the Gargano segment was a slap in the face to all of us. Okie doke. There's a Timothy Thatcher promo. He's talking about Tommaso Ciampa, and he's Ciampa in at the bit to fight him. Okay, so he wants to fight Tommaso Ciampa, which I'm guessing is happening at their first one of the New Year Evil thing. I think we have Dakota Kai versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley wrestles every goddamn week. Um, I mean, this match was really just similar to the Rhea Tony Storm match like last week. I think it was. They just kind of went through this to get somewhere else. It seems like Rhea's wrestling 9 other people just to get to Raquel, who she wrestled. Like it's a little, I don't know. It's tricky. But there's a lot of NXT women. The women's NXT scene is picking up in the last month because everyone's just coming out of the woodwork and you don't know exactly where it's going. So it was good. I guess in hindsight, Io over Rhea was a good idea, but who knows? Who knows? There's what happens here? Oh, Dakota Kai. She gets dropped butt first on the apron, which is the hardest part of the ring, so that's gotta hurt. And then there was another apron thing. She gets her heat spot. Dakota does by doing some kind of thing with Rhea's arm also on the ring apron, which is the hardest part of the ring, and stomps it to make it hyperextend there. So that they did one of those thingies. Eventually, Rhea wins and with her finish, her kind of pump handle, blah 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 there. Match gets 984 stars. The referees, a big pull apart. Referees come out to separate Raquel, who's watching from a distance, because I guess she. And this is smart. This is what little things about NXT that I like. They had Regal at some point say, probably just on Twitter. I think he's been doing stuff there, just saying, "Hey, you're not allowed to come to this ring. You have to stay on a stage." So okay, so that's good. I like that. There's some kind of kind of common sense to be like, why are some wrestlers allowed to have their friends at ringside helping them cheat? How many decades does this have to go on before someone in management catches on? So now we know. So there's a big pull apart. This is fine. Especially because they're both Rhea and Raquel both have size to them, so I believe them. Like I have no problem with them shoving the male referees around. What I don't get is why at the beginning of the pull apart do you immediately send the first 19 refs? I always thought you're supposed to send like it's like two or three, then another two or three, and then another like stagger them out. And the ones who are in there, once they get there, realizing they're not enough, they wave their arms in to send more, and then you pause because it wouldn't be immediate, and then send more, and then rinse and repeat until. Oh, there's a lot of referees. Oh my God, they're like fucking stormtroopers too. They're like, I don't know, there are 18 referees. There's an entire roster worth of referees, and I got NXT. Oh, what happened now? The Way is back, and they give. Well, this was coming. I can't. I won't even say I called it because it was so obvious. Because I think we all called it. They gave because he's Johnny Wrestling. They gave Indy Hartwell the nickname Indie Wrestling, and they said they care about indie wrestling. And I think they should be doing indie wrestling based on these promos. Uh, okay, we got that joke out of the way. They got the joke out of the way. I didn't start this shit. Tony Storm cuts a promo. I was talking to a blonde lady, and then Io Shirai cuts a promo. I don't know if she's talking to somebody. I don't know if the lady was blonde or not. She was talking to a lady, and she says, "Hit the music," and they did. And Io Shirai sits on a chair, and she's waiting for Tony Storm, and Mercedes Martinez is back. Oh, good. And Mercedes beats her up. And then, okay, Mercedes Martinez is back in the mix. So Raquel, Mercedes, and Tony Storm are all contenders for Io Shirai's championship, which is good and bad. Good, it's a little confusing. Bad news if you're Ember Moon because they got to beat faces on the way to get to Io. So guess what, Ember? You are out of luck. And Rhea's treading water because they're putting Raquel back with her, and because they were setting up Raquel and Io for a bit, but then they kind of went, oh shit, can't really do that. Because then you got to do Rhea and Raquel, etc., etc., etc. And I don't think they want to put the thing back on Rhea. Either they're waiting until Mania, or there's some kind of roster move coming up. I think Rhea winning the Rumble would be terrific. What the hell do I know? What the hell do I know? Oh, then we do Timothy Thatcher fights Leon Ruff. Timothy Thatcher says he's going to take liberties with Leon Ruff, which is funny to me because aren't you supposed to go out there and not try to hurt, you trying to win, but ideally try to hurt all your opponents? I'm going to hurt this guy for real. You watch. Okay. Thanks. Well, let me pause this for a second. Hang on one second here.